Hey guys, Randy here from AT3 Tactical. Today we're rapping about red dot sights and magnifiers. Actually, mostly about the magnifier itself, but you can't talk about one without the other, and that's where we kick things off. Yes, you can, and in some cases should, slap a magnifier pretty much behind all your, quote, standard AR non-magnified optics. Red dots like our AT3 Alpha here, green dot sights because magnifiers don't see color, holographic sights, and the like. Okay, how about some Red Dot Magnifier Basics, Rapid Fire Edition, using our brand new AT3 Delta magnifier. Okay, objective lens, it is on the business end. Ocular lens with diopter towards the shooter, and we'll hit on that in a sec. Windage and elevation knobs. These days, it's pretty hard to find a red dot magnifier without that flip to the side functionality, although not all magnifiers flip the same way. And most commonly, a Picatinny attachment with either set screws, like our old 3X magnifier, or quick disconnects like we adopted on the new Delta. All right, that out of the way, let's chat quick about red dot magnifiers and the jobs, JOBs, where they're most beneficial. Basically, if your engagement distance includes ranges from, say, 10 to 300-ish yards, and you really like having the option of going bare naked-eyed at that 250-yard shot, to having that threat, paper, steel, whatever, now 3, 4, maybe 6 times more up close and personal, yeah, you should maybe consider a magnifier. The best part about the quick disconnect style, you're not tied to it, even if you don't have your trusty Leatherman or Gerber around. So real quick, why not LPVO instead of a red dot and a magnifier combo? Since LPVOs, they have that 0 magnification setting also. I'll leave the link below. There's an LPVO section of our 40-minute AR Optics Bible. That'll be down there, but there are some trade-offs and choices shooters need to make based on personal mission between a full-on scope type optic or this 2-piece chicken combo here. More personal things like weight and available real estate on the top rail, potential failure points maybe. Are you out of the fight if your LPVO goes down or vice versa when the magnifier or red dot goes down? Bulkiness you have to consider of the whole setup. Magnifier is a clean package. Off to the side, it's a different story. I'd probably say one of the most common considerations is maneuverability. There are just some angles or tight shooting positions where LPVOs and their parallax and sight picture challenges just make them unfavorable for the job, where in that same situation, a non-magnified red dot, much better choice. It can get deep and exhausting going through all of those what-if scenarios. So let's get back to the task at hand. Most common red dot magnifiers currently out there, you'll find 3X, 4X more than anything, but you'll stumble across some 5, 6X, even saw a 3.25X out there. For most of us here at AT3, we lean towards 3X magnifiers. For me, it's the edge that I need to more confidently hit those tighter 100 to 200 yard shots. And although we have competitions for hitting steel irons at 300, it's so much easier to ring and gong those bells when it's up close in your face. Granted, it is LPVOs and scopes for the choice all day on our longer AR-15s here in the office. All right, we are digging a little deeper into some other red dot magnifier considerations. Co-witnessing. We hit heavily on this topic in that same optics video about height over bore and the standardized riser mounting heights for irons, red dots, magnifiers. 8 or 9 times out of 10, your optics, magnifiers too, they are coming out of the box at an absolute co-witness height, and 9 times out of 10, you'll have a spacer or mounts included if you want the option of going lower thirds co-witness. Point is, if you're using irons or backup iron sights, this matters to you. If not, this means nothing. Let's talk astigmatism. Are you afflicted with it like I am? Meaning when you crank that intensity up on your red dot, you also crank up that starburst blur that you see around the dot. Well, it isn't really improved much when you flip the magnifier over. Maybe you'll notice a slightly sharper reticle, but to that point of a sharper, more clear target picture, this little diopter that we mentioned back here. The diopter is there for that very purpose, because we all know eyes are different between shooters. My left is sometimes different than my right. But play with the diopter. Unscrew it fully, watch the target, screw it back fully, watch the target, find the crispiest view for your eye hole. We are talking Red Dot Magnifier mounting next. So my Red Dot, it's naturally mounted towards the business end. Typically, the objective lens is right above that upper and handguard joint. Reason being, for a wider field of view or less obstructed picture, especially when I'm scanning with both eyes open. For me, I make mounting my magnifier easy. Rear lens directly above the charging handle, which is where I also mount LPVOs. Same eye relief every time I bear down. There are potential issues with Red Dot magnifiers, otherwise we'd all be using them and they'd be perfect. One, when it flipped to the right, maybe your lens might get dirty from junk flying out of the ejection port. I might have to test that theory, but my guess here is there probably won't be enough gunk to cause a massive vision impairment, or where the quickness of my sleeve would clean it right up. Another potential possible situational issue: gear snagging and engaging your magnifier when you didn't mean to. Yeah, it could happen. It might catch you off guard, and it is worth considering if you are kitted out in maneuvering. In the same breath, though, it takes fractions of a second to flip. And there are alternative flip mounts that actually might help solve this. Our previous AT3 3X magnifier, it utilizes this spring-loaded pull flip mechanism. There's others out there that have a little button to depress before flipping, but for me, I'd rather not have to think about or train myself to do that extra step while I'm out there. Oh, hey, you lefties out there, if you need to flip it to the left instead of the right, simple. 2 screws, flip the magnifier, tighten it down, mount it, and you're back in business. Let's hit on these magnifier elevation and windage knobs next, because bottom line with these adjustments, guys, zero your red dot first. That's where your round will go, even if you flip your magnifier over and the dot is way off center. All you need to do is use the magnifier's windage and elevation knobs to rope that dot and drag it back to center, and then cheese grate some paper. Bottom line, there are basically 3 magnified options for, some of that short and closer target engagement. And one of them we didn't hit on yet. That's the fixed prism scope, the iconic ACOG. That whole world is also in the AR-15 Optics Bible episode right over here, including scopes, irons, focal plates, parallax, whole lot more. Get your popcorn ready.